Hi all, welcome to episode number 4 of the Road to Top 100, still focusing of course on the club value. This time we're going to focus on the Austrian League as our main focus for this episode, so if you can smash the links, be awesome, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G is a legend, all the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always, and just to say as well, I'm running a giveaway on Twitter, so if you want to enter that I will leave a link to that down in the description down below. So basically we are flying our way through the Austrian League. We want to work our way around leagues that haven't been too affected by, say, like marquee matchups, league SBCs and all that kind of jazz. So we're just working our way through team at a time. Pretty much we want to get the whole league done in this episode. I'm hoping that the game doesn't try and like lock us out, say for example, of like doing like mass bidding. Because obviously that's kind of, you're doing like mass bidding, mass buying of like quite an epic scale of like every team, tackling the bronzes, tackling the silvers, and obviously the Austrian League is a very small league, so it shouldn't really take that much time to kind of plough through it. It's just more a case of, and even then I don't really have much to work with. In terms of investments, I've noticed on Admira Wacker, Nazmuller for example, he has transferred to Barnsley. So if you have got his silver card or his inform, that is worth keeping an eye on. Now, like when the marquee matchups themselves dropped, when it was the Austrian hype, as it were, Austria Vienna and Rapid Vienna did experience quite a bit of a boom, and there was profit to be had. Now, in terms of the league in general, there's not a great deal to kind of trade with. For what I've commonly seen, it's mostly been the rare silvers, and then that's about it. It's really all I'm seeing. And then I would probably look, if anything, at transferred players within the league. So anyone that's transferred out with the league, as I said, like Nazmuller from Admira Wacker, look at players like that have left the league and went to another league. That might be my only kind of suggestion of maybe where to go, but for me just now, we're just bidding. We want to get everyone in. It's fairly straightforward, but of course it's just a case of actually getting a couple hundred. There's probably going to be a couple hundred players. It's probably going to be like 200, 250 players, maybe even push to 300. I genuinely do not know, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this all pans out. Obviously, any duplicates that I get, the silvers I'll just list at 150, 200 and just hope and pray that they sell. If I have picked up anyone that has transferred, I will have a nosy and see if they've went. The interesting one is Heiko Westermann. I'm sure he's transferred from, is it one of the Dutch, I'm sure he went from one of the Dutch league over to the Austrian League, which is quite an interesting transfer. But if he's proven a bit elusive to buy on the cheap, even at 150, I'd be saying to myself, seriously, the guy has no notable stats. He plays in a league that's not affected by a league SBC and so forth, but it's just, it makes beggars belief. But saying that, also it is worth me, if any of the Austrian League players were to get upgrades, say for example Red Bull Salzburg, they're the most common team that everyone would assume would get upgrades. I would assume you would want to target some of those players because they've only got one goal in the league in De Boer. Now guys like Berisha, Minamino, they could go to gold. It's not a guarantee, but it's still something to keep in mind regardless. But I'm flying through this, I'm getting plenty of deals in, plenty of bids in quite successfully. And yes, it might seem very repetitive guys, but we're slowly pushing towards that top 100. We'll slowly get closer to not just top 100 push, but it's a case of ticking off league after league after league. We want to keep working around the smaller circles, deal with the smaller leagues that aren't going to be affected too much, and then tackle the bigger leagues and say, right, where do we go from here to give us the... because we want to get to the stage where we're just focusing on the big leagues, as I've said, continually, and hopefully kick on from there. But as well, I would probably say target even the Spanish. I've noticed there's quite an abundance of Spanish players within the Austrian League, so I would recommend even maybe looking at the Spanish players, like the bronzes and the silvers, because you never know when you might need them for League SBC, and not League SBCs, SBCs that involve maybe Spanish-based players. It doesn't hurt to have them. But as you can see, we're getting pretty sorted now. I'll obviously rebid these 3, and hopefully that kind of sorts us out. But looking good, and the league's pretty much done and dusted. So if you can smash the like, be awesome, sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, GLegend, and I will catch you all later.